In an absolutely damning report, the HIA released this to us members yesterday, showing what it's costing in fees, taxes, and regulation to build a new home and land package in different states around Australia. You're going to want to see this. This represents $1.1 million, which is the median house price for a home and land package in Sydney, New South Wales, Australia right now. This $1.1 million is where you need to be to get into the housing market with a new home and land package. Now I'm going to take this $1.1 million and I'm going to show you how much of that goes to government at 3 different levels: local, state, and federal, in taxes and regulations for you to build that house. That much. They took 50%. They took half of that total price to build that house and land. They took all of that in fees, taxes, and regulation. That. Half of it. This isn't a supply issue. This isn't a shortage of land issue. This is a tax issue. This is a regulation issue. This is the government taking more and more every single day, every week, every year than you can afford. And that's why we have a housing crisis in Australia. It's purely government made. It's purely driven by their agenda. And you will continue to suffer, Australia, until we say enough is enough. You can't take this much from some poor struggling first homeowner trying to get into the market and call this a fair system. It's rigged and it sucks. We imported way more people than we could possibly handle in the last couple of years. And they're right when they say that we couldn't build enough houses and made it look like it's a supply issue. But the hard reality on the ground is that your government is taking so much money out of your pocket at every single level that they've made houses unaffordable. If you can't afford to build, of course you're going to have a supply issue. Now let's say you do muster up the deposit required to buy a $1.1 million house and land package, and then you find out that half of that money is basically going to go to rules, regulations, taxes, and bureaucracy in the back end of you being able to get a home. Do you really think that you're going to want to be invested in this country, that you have a feeling like you have a stake in Australia? No wonder so many young people look at this place and feel absolutely ripped off and jaded right now. We've got migration coming out of our ears. And just to top it all off, less than 1% of all the migrants we brought in the last 3 years, were construction workers. So, supply issue. Yeah, we have a supply issue because no one can afford to buy anything or build anything because the government takes too much fucking money off us and it imported too many people and then didn't import the right people so that we could actually build something for you. Tell me I'm wrong.